Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Steve, and this is the Dynamic Reason channel. By now, a lot of you have heard the sad news that some football players in Houston, the most notable one, DJ Hayden, who played for the Raiders, he was a #1 draft pick, and he was a well-liked individual, was one of, 6 people out of 8 total people that were caught in a massive car accident one day ago in Houston. And before I jump into this, my condolences go to him, his family, and the family of all the victims. One of the victims was a homeless man who was just sleeping outside. And this accident occurred downtown, in the downtown area of Houston. And what's ironic about it is I had wound up going to court 2 days ago and was right over there to where this happened. I'm gonna play the news excerpt, and it talks a little bit about the crash, and we'll come back and talk about it. But I mean, this is one of these things, man. I mean, what do you say? Check it out.
More about the victims of a tragic crash in downtown Houston. 3 of them are former University of Houston football stars. DJ Hayden, Zachary McMillian, and Ralph Oragwu were honored by Fox Sports during the network's broadcast of tonight's game between UH and Cincinnati. The crash happened early this morning on Fannin near Pierce, but Maria Aguilera is live in Missouri City, where relatives of a woman who was also killed in the crash are grieving tonight. Maria.
Marcelino, the former athletes are making headlines for a tragic reason. In the car with them was another woman who died. And tonight we spoke with her mother, who tells us she wants her daughter to be remembered too. These former University of Houston athletes are being remembered. DJ Hayden, who played in the NFL, Zachary McMillian, and Ralph Oragwu. The University Athletics Department sending their condolences to the families and prayers for the recovery of a 4th player, Jeffrey Lewis, saying in part, while their combined talents provided Houston football some of its most unforgettable moments, their unique legacies will best be remembered for the way they loved their teammates, supported their communities, and defied the odds. The 3 were among 6 people killed in a crash in downtown Houston. According to Houston police, a car driving high speed ran a red light, crashing into an SUV with 6 people, including the athletes. The driver of that at-fault vehicle died at the scene, and a man believed to be homeless was struck and killed. Lauren Robinson Holiday was in the car with the athletes. She also died. While the football players are remembered and honored in a moment of silence at Saturday night's UH game, Cynthia Bennett doesn't want her daughter Lauren to be forgotten.
Every life in that car mattered, but I just wanted y'all to know my baby mattered too.
State Representative Ron Reynolds says they're family to him, speaking for them as they all mourn.
Lauren was like a niece to me. I've known her since she was in high school, and she is a beautiful, intelligent, God-fearing young lady who life was taken too soon. She was a remarkable product of this community.
Lauren's mother asking for prayers for her daughter's spouse and all the family she left behind.
Lauren was there too, and Lauren mattered. I would do anything. I'd give my life for this. I just wish my baby was here.
Lauren and the athletes are from the Fort Bend County area, where the community is grieving this sudden loss. Again, there were 6 people in the SUV with Lauren and the 3 former athletes. Now, according to Houston police, 2 others were taken to a hospital. Their conditions are unknown at this time. Live in Missouri City, Maria Aguilera, KHOU 11 News.
All right, guys, that was the news. And it came out yesterday. The news came out yesterday, but this happened Friday night. It's now Sunday with me reporting on this. I usually try to wait a little bit when I do these stories to see if more information came out, but so far it's just the same thing going over, so I figured I'd speak on it. But Houston is one of these places, guys, like the downtown can be confusing when you're driving sometimes. There's a lot of one-way streets, and it'd be like four lanes, and it'd be running just the main street downtown, and it goes opposite ways. Like you might be going this way on this street, got to turn off, catch another street and come back the other way. A lot of people get confused, especially at night when it's like nobody out there, so you can't tell which way the direction of the traffic comes. Now, supposedly, the car, one of the vehicles just was speeding and ran a red light. and plowed into the side of the car with all these friends in it. And you can look at the car and see the wheels have been knocked off, some of the wheels knocked off. Car flipped, crashed into a homeless guy that was sleeping on the side, just on the sidewalk. Now, as tragic as it is, one of the homeless guys that was friends with said homeless guy that was killed, he didn't get on camera, but he spoke because he said he witnessed the crash. And he said, if he hadn't, he decided not to go over there and sleep next to the guy that night, he said he'd have been killed too. And he was talking about it. And here's a little bit of what he said. It's a 30-second clip. Check this out.
Literally, it sounded like two trains crashing together. Like, I can still hear the sound in my head. It's nerve-wracking.
At the scene, there were a total of 4 individuals pronounced deceased. An additional 4 individuals were transported to the hospital. 2, since being transported to the hospital, have been pronounced deceased.
This street right here is very dangerous. It's one-way streets. You got double turning lanes that throws people off, especially if they're not from here.
Guys, they said out of 8 people between both vehicles, 6 are pronounced deceased. So 2 are fighting for their lives, and let's keep them in our prayers. But I'm gonna tell you something. When I looked at that last video I showed you, and I seen where they were at, that chicken place, that's a chicken place right there where that car was flipped upside down. That restaurant, that's a chicken place. I think it's called New Orleans Fried Chicken. I've ate at that place several times. It's over there near the Greyhound station downtown. Once I seen that and I knew where they was at, that's a part where you can run that side street and hit the highway if you go down farther enough and get on I-45. That SUV T-boned that car. So I guess the car with the football players had the right of way, and the car ran, because they said it ran a red light and smashed them. That street, that side street that runs perpendicular with that uplifted highway, people fly through there, especially at night downtown. A lot of people drink. A lot of people, have fast cars. They race a lot. That's one thing in Houston. If you live over close by a freeway or something, you can hear people road racing at night. It's a lot of fast cars out here. People don't be playing. They want to see what the car can do. They open them cars up on them freeways at night when ain't nobody out here, out on the road. It is just one of them things. Now, I don't know if that was the case down here, but I mean, that car was moving at a high velocity, and it was an SUV to smash in the side of that car. Because you go and look at the SUV, the front of the SUV was finished. You seen it was bodies strewn all over the road. So, I mean, it was a horrific scene for anybody that's seen it. Luckily, the homeless man called the police, But I mean, family members arrived on the scene. It must have been a hell of a sight to see somebody you love out there covered in a sheet. But I mean, this is one of them things, man. Always wear your seatbelt, because you never know. See, the thing about driving, this is what's hard about driving. You're responsible behind the wheel, but the people that are all around you, even though you're in a steel cage driving, you don't know their level of responsibility if they even paying attention. How many times we've seen people on cell phones? How many times you've seen an accident right in front of your eyes where somebody just take off or move into a lane and not even see you, and you get hit? That happened to me several times. I got hit one time on a freeway where traffic came to a halt going into a city, and a guy coming 70 miles an hour plowed in the back of me. You know what I mean? I had my wife in the car. I was real young. I remember looking, and when the impact hit, me and her both raised up in the seat. Everything was in slow motion. Luckily, we had seatbelts on. We still sustained neck injuries and stuff. Luckily, we survived. But always take, being serious behind the wheel. A lot of people, like you young kids out here now, want to be cool without no seatbelts. Go Google videos, inside videos where it show the inside cameras of people getting hit without seatbelts. Watch how merciless that car is when it throw you around in there like you weigh 1 pound. Not a good thing. I mean, it's tragic. The young lady they were talking about was the driver of the car with DJ Hayden and the football players in it. She lost her life as well. A lot of people are hurting right now. And These guys went out for a night on the town, all friends, college roommates, you know, and just friends, period. So it's just a tragedy in the city of Houston. But hopefully the family can recover. Or you can't recover from something like this. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, but it's just upsetting. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. May all the victims rest in peace. See you in the next video. Take care.